Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. All right, so here it is. We bought a hoarder's house. Yeah, I really do mean a hoarder's house. I'm gonna show you just what we got ourselves into, what I've been up to in regards to this house, and how I'm gonna take this house on a concrete slab from not so hot to pretty nice, and including my man cave. So check this out. Now, this house, I've already started working on it. I'm gonna drop footage, some B-roll footage of certain areas or pictures of certain areas, how they look before I got to them. I've already ripped up every single piece of carpet in the entire house, the pads, tack strips. Word of advice, whenever you're ripping up old carpet, make sure you always wear a mask because you don't know what dead skin cells, animal waste could have been on that carpet before you, bugs, everything. She had tons and tons of mouse poop. This is the formal living room, which will be my wife's babe cave. If you've seen that video of the babe cave I made her, I'll make sure I link that up below. This will be her babe cave in this house. So pretty nice. Already ripped out, you see, down to the slab. This is the formal dining room where the old owner had multiple tile in here. So different tile all over the place. The old owner simply laid tile on top of tile. So if you look here, you can see where the owner simply took some new marble tile that she had and laid it on top of some old tile. So I'm gonna have to fix that, rip all that up. We'll be getting rid of this chandelier, real 90s vibe. This house was built 1993. Like I say, I'll give you some B-roll of what it looked like beforehand. This is a built-in mirror. This is actually really nice. I like this a lot. So that won't be going anywhere. Taking you to the kitchen. The kitchen was by far the nastiest place in the house. Fruit flies all over the place. I've done several bombs. I'm gonna have to get my pest control out here. And you can just tell just a little bit of chaos that is left over. Look at those window sills. You can kind of see, for instance, drank this last night. You see the fruit flies? They are all about this freaking Angry Orchard. There's dozens of them in this bottle right now. Old trash compactor, gonna rip that out. That's obviously an add-on to this island. Kitchen itself is pretty old school. I'm gonna replace that before we move in. So the things that will be done before we move into this house are the floors, cooktop, carpets, cleaning, painting. As for major renovations in the kitchen, that stuff's not gonna happen immediately, but I'll take you guys through as I do it. Look at this freaking seemingly ominous looking scene here from the old fridge. The fridge was probably the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I just saran wrapped the entire fridge and just took it out of here. So I get that cleaned up before we move in. Here's the pantry. The pantry looks like a complete disaster. So it was probably one of the nastiest things also that I've had to do. Just fruit flies all over the place, it's rat poop, mouse poop all over the place, roach poop. So the kitchen itself has this double island thing going on here, which we'll fix that up eventually. I don't see the point of having this double island. There's nowhere to sit. I would prefer to have one massive island with some space to sit down at. Neighbors are pretty awesome. They've already brought me 2 different meals, and so a pumpkin loaf and a pecan walnut casserole looking thing. Pretty excited about that. So the old owner had 4 refrigerators in this house. This is one that she had. She stole some space from the garage, which I'm gonna have to take back because that's my man cave. And she put in this Sub-Zero refrigerator, and this thing is just, it's completely empty now, but imagine what that looked like before. Horrible. Let's close it because it still stinks. Doesn't work. So I'm going to be taking that out, taking the trim off, replacing the drywall, mud, tape, sand, paint, and move on. We're going to get rid of that. Found a 8-track player. I mean, who has an 8-track nowadays? This thing does FM, AM, FM stereo, and phono tape for the 8-track. It's pretty headphone preamp. I don't know if it can drive any major headphones, but we'll test this thing out. This is the living room area. It's cleared up now, but it was pretty ratchet before. These floors are gonna be getting ripped up. I would sand them in paint, or restain, but I don't like. They're not wide enough for me. The actual wood planks themselves are kind of narrow, 90s style. So as we enter the master, it's a pretty nice space in here. Already ripped down to the subfloor. We're down to the concrete. Just have to go through and get any of these remaining nails from the old tack strip up, like that stuff, and clean the baseboards, do some little light repair work in here to the plastering paint, and then we're gonna paint this room, and we'll be replacing the fan that's in here. Master bath, wallpaper city. Of course, the wallpaper gives you the 90s vibes, right? So if that's your jam, then you know, unfortunately, I'm gonna be getting rid of it for you. She had some tape in the access to the attic area, which leads me to believe she was having some type of rodent problem or something similar. So we'll discover what that is soon. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys to the man cave because my assumption is that's probably the thing that you're most concerned about. Here is the garage as it stands right now. It is pretty intense out here. There is freaking poop all over the place from the mouse superhighway that existed in here before we bought the house. Tons of trash in here. The walls are in decent shape, no major holes or anything like that. There was tons of wasp nests in here. She literally did not close the garage door for 20 years. I closed it when I moved in here. So plenty of vegetation was growing in here. All that type of stuff. We got, you know, all this freaking dirt and tree stuff. Plenty of old wasp nests I had to kill. I had to bomb in here several times. I'm gonna show you the amount of crap that was in here. Drop some B-roll. I'm gonna take you guys through this journey. This man cave is gonna be, it's gonna be the shit. Won't lie to you. Repair the ceilings. So I'm gonna just have to do some, looks like the tape. You know, if we look there, I'm not sure what's going on with the ceilings up there. So I'm gonna have to just see if that's just the tape that needs to be fixed, tape and mud, or if the drywall is actually coming down. So we'll take a look at that. And all these cabinets, I don't think I'm gonna keep anything over here. There is a bench top grinder. I don't own one of those, so I will keep old school Black & Decker bench top grinder. I'll keep this and old school fan. I'll keep that. But everything else is gonna go. Pegboard's gonna go. Cabinets. I might paint the cabinets and figure out a way to just keep them. I'm not in this specific spot because my toolboxes need to get brought in here, but keep them overall. I'm curious to know if this pole, which is in the middle of the garage, is load bearing. It must be. It's a very random pole in the middle of the garage. So I'm not quite sure why it exists. I see a long freaking, I'm gonna say what, 4x10 that it must be supporting. I don't know what's going on with this. To get an engineer in here to see if this pole must stay or can it go. Even if it must stay, it's not a big deal. I'll figure that out. All this trash. This is the back of that refrigerator that's in the eat-in kitchen area. And this is what I mean by she took a little bit of space from the garage for that refrigerator. I'm gonna get rid of this, give this space back to the garage. Now I'm gonna show you all the items that were in the garage before I got my hands on it. And here you go. This is all the items that was in the garage before I took possession of the house. Tons and tons of trash, random pieces of carpet. We have bottoms of tables out here with no tabletops, old school freaking vacuums, filing cabinets. So I'm gonna have to get a dumpster and some crew out here to get this taken care of. So this is the garage, semi-empty. This would be my new man cave, 3-car oversized garage. I just got a lot of work to do. So we go into the backyard, Rocky Horror Picture Show, lots of stuff I gotta get rid of. This is an item that she pickled years ago. I don't know what's in there. It looks suspect, but she had tons of stuff like this around the house. Random things that have been pickled and are aging so she can eat them later. And today, you know, it's 10:30 in the morning here. It's already 97 degrees. Probably gonna be 104 today here in Texas. I just couldn't imagine this being here for 20 years. All of this overgrowth around the pool itself has to be taken care of. I've already had it cut down once. It grew back, so I'm gonna have to get a landscaper out here to kill it. The pool itself obviously does not work. It's not running. It's already starting to turn colors. I dropped a little B-roll. I had to drain this pool, climb in it, and freaking scrub it down. It had 20 years of tree debris. It was a swamp. Frogs were in it, rats were in it. Hot tub doesn't look too bad. Water is still, it still needs to rotate, but it doesn't look horrible. So get this backyard whipped into shape. She had a lot of different debris back here just for no specific reason. Tons of hoses. She had tons of water hoses instead of using her sprinkler system. So a bunch of more towel she kept back here for no particular reason. Just tons and tons of towels. Like she could towel plenty of spaces. Side yard. Hey, drop comments down below. Give me some ideas what to do with this side yard over here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna turf it and maybe put a shed over here. Just give me some ideas. Should I knock all this down and put grass? As I mentioned earlier, she likes to pickle stuff. Some items that she pickled years ago. I don't know what's in them. This is the trash so far. Here we are. We got tons of trash. This is everything that I've gotten rid of so far from that house. Some carpet, all the curtains, old TVs, blinds, screens, 2 huge Mitsubishi 55-inch rear projection TVs, a couch. There's still some room in here. I'll probably figure out I gotta kind of knock a lot of this stuff down so they'll actually pick this stuff up, but tons of stuff. All right, so there you have it, man. This is going to be me, the first video in the new man cave. I mean, it's not the best looking man cave, but it's mine. So if you're not a part of the battalion, hit that subscribe button because I'm going to show you the transformation. If you don't know how to do some of this stuff, you can learn. If you're already a member of the battalion, thanks for stopping by again. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.